Like,
Rhyme snaps.
oh!
Rhyme snaps and deactivates the maze over Amber.
Deactivates the... Well, the thing is
Isn't
that it's like maze only... It's like when maze is deactivated or the guy comes out, they come out in the exact spot where they...
So 1 floor up above Amber.
Technically 2, but yes.
Okay.
Well, then I'll reach out and snatch him if I can.
All right.
Is that a reflex?
I hope so. Yeah, probably.
I'll roll a reflex if I can catch him.
Right.
All right, here we go.
1 sec. Okay. Yeah, yours is better.
Okay, so yeah, we'll both reach out to grab him as the maze is
I can imagine you're
deactivated.
standing on my head and I'm raising my neck up as high as I can. Catch him!
Would Sorn resist that, though? Because he's kind of been out of the loop. I'm not sure he knows what's going on at this point.
He's
Roll
falling out of the air and someone's catching him.
Roll can explain later.
Fair enough. Yep.
Okay.
If need be, I'll bail for polymorph him. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So
Okay then.
Okay.
So Soren has popped out of the maze, and he realizes that he's falling into one of the arms of a giant white and gold dragon.
General holds in. No time to explain. Lane. Everything is falling. We'll explain when we get down.
Your boss
Hold
crashed
on.
Humelis. Don't do anything. Rhyme's sword goes over and points right at his face.
No time to argue, Cruel. Hold on. Everybody hold on. Let's go.
All right. So you cast your teleport, and as you cast teleport, you hear the Cheshire Cat laugh again.
You crazy son of a gun.
And I need to this. Where is it?
Oh, Ivan.
All right. So, and when you reopen your eyes, you realize.
Back in the year.
Are you kidding me?
Familiar.
Are you actually kidding
And
me
you
right
see,
now?
yes, and you see the city of Cumulus slowly continue to descend at a rapid pace, right on top of you. And then it's about to hit you, and then all of a sudden, it stops.
Oh boy.
Knowledge. What knowledge?
That this is not going to be Arcana.
You don't have to. You don't have to wait long.
Oh, good, because I sucked at it.
Yeah, you don't have to wait long because you hear a loud, boisterous. I'm pretty sure it's a dwarven laugh. That's for my air-gnome friends, you smoke-skinned, plucky-shot dastards! Floating, it's like floating out of the city in a very strange-looking chair that seems to be propelled by fire magic.
Are you
is
kidding?
Gardrim Shatterforge, the son.
Wow.
The son of the Dwarven King.
Well,
Dang.
Well, I honestly did not expect that.
But then again, you were expecting not to expect it, so...
Shut up! I'm so sick of hearing that!
What? It fits so well for every situation.
No! Stop! It is 100% your fault that I'm sick of hearing that!
Should we just start quoting Bridge references for everything again, then?
Anyway.
At least you've got a list of those!
Anyways.
He whirls down to you. What can I say? Except you're welcome.
Ah.
You know what, Josh? When this travel ban lifts, I will find you. And when I do, Cal will be a widow.
Gardrum, he sees Owen, says, well, this is awkward.
Well met. Well met indeed.
Yeah. I would say I haven't seen you for a while, but we did see each other a few days ago, but we never really got to catch up after the accident.
My apologies. There has been an immense number of priorities that has taken all of our attention.
Oh, you could say that again. But hey, after all this is over, he smiles. Well, I would say get a drink, but I've got it on good authority from people that that's not your mug of ale.
Oh, boo.
Boo ones!
Hey guys, look at Jalrum's name right quick.
Wait.
Oh, whoops.
Why am I? Oh, right.
Sorry. Forgot that.
What happened?
Just ignore it.
Well, I think that kind of stole the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was still great. Don't worry about it. We're good. It's all good.
Anyway.
So, I'm glad I listened to that cat.
Ah.
I think we all are glad that we that cat. Willing to be honest.
Jarl thinks to himself, like, told you, Erevan.
They just kind of shake. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the cat just told me to stay near the engine room and wait till everyone left and put in the diamond. I don't know how he knew that would happen, but
Wait, hold on a second.
You had a spare diamond?
well, yes, remember? We were going to replace the diamond a while ago, but
wait,
You said that the drought took it.
No, Orkram said that.
No, he said that.
Orkram said that.
Oh. I'm so confused.
The rock gnomes likely had another. I mean, they do live deeper in the mines.
well, either that or they protected it.
Optimar's not the only place you can get diamonds, lassie.
That is true.
The Faye just she stops thinking and she just kind of like starts crying because she's so relieved.
Yeah, Jaminia dismounts Star J, just looking around, and you see her shoulders are just like slowly untense as she looks at the city looming above her, and then she starts walking to Ivan. Please tell me you know how to drive that thing, because that's a little too close for comfort.
Right.
Shotgun.
Okay. All right. Now I'll do
That
my.
was
Okay,
perfect.
all right. Now I'll do my thing. All right. Look, I don't like you. You don't like me.
He also has a sword in front of his face.
What happened to your mother is terrible. But I wasn't the one who told the matriarchs to execute. That person has faced oblivion and is never going to return. Yet you still blame me for her demise. Look what it's done to you. Instead of moving on, you've let vengeance consume you. You wanted to make me suffer, and you have. You made my life a living hell because of what I have. But there's one thing that you have that I will never have a chance at. And that's a chance to see your mother alive again. Zaylin has that ability. But after the actions that Ravas just pulled, do you think he's going to allow it?
Yeah, Sorn. He looks down and then he turns his head away from you, and you hear the sounds of just angry crying behind his mask.
DM, may I use my sword to take off the mask? Just to sort of tip it and flick it off?
Yes.
Bam.
So
look into his eyes, Sorn.
You see him just slowly shake his head.
This concerns all of us right now. Rava's committed an act of genocide. Not just with Sabaton, but he also was willing to sacrifice his own people.
He left you to die. If I hadn't deactivated the maze, you'd still be up there. He left Cruel to die. Your friend.
Not that I allow it.
Of course
Amber
not.
cut a Kratos
Amber?
Cruel.
Amber?
What? He needs hugs. His whole people needs hugs.
That's actually kind of adorable.
No,
And
Amber
I'm
is
part of your
literally
people
just
too. He
cuddling
tried to kill
Cruel.
me.
Amber's just literally cuddling Cruel right now. I'm like, you've been through so much.
Is Cruel going to allow that?
Yeah, Cruel's more sitting there just. He is a miserable ball of emotions right now that doesn't know what to feel. And
Your king, your protector, left you both to die in a fiery demise in a city that is crashing down onto the population of who knows how many.
Jaminia walks over. Everyone, they're already upset. I think we may be laying it on a little thick.
I'm trying to lay it on. I'm trying to give him a safe place to think.
Guys, can we please give them some emotional space to process this before we dump all of this on top of them?
Fine.
Yeah.
Leave them alone, okay?
Jalaram backs up. Jalaram takes a step back.
Okay. Amber
Nurse.
slowly puts Cruel down.
Right. All
Rhyme
right.
takes away the sword, but Tantamile goes over and starts to nuzzle at Sorn's hands.
I want both of you
As he
guys.
does.
I want both of you guys to just take a breath and just think for a little while, okay? We're not going to force anything on you guys. We just want you to think, breathe, and just calm down, okay? We'll be here if you need us.
All right.
Josh, can Tantamile speak Undercommon since Rhyme can?
Well, yes, you share languages.
Okay.
Well,
Tantamile
do
says
you
to
mean
Sorn...
verbal? Wait. Pause a second. Do you mean verbally speak it? Because Lucid can understand all the languages Faye can speak, but he can't speak anything other than Sylvan himself.
Okay, yeah, Josh.
Yeah, I believe the main language for Tantamile would be Undercommon at this point because of.
Okay. I was just asking.
Yeah.
She says in Undercommon, Salen's also not the only one who can bring your mama back.
Yeah. So Sorn's looking at Tantamile and he just slowly retreats into himself. And on that note, whoa. Wow, everyone's tired. Yeah, everyone's emotionally spent, it appears.
You don't.
Well,
Insert
just
Nicolas
think-
Cage here.
Just in character.
What, Nicolas
Alright.
Cage?
That you don't say meme. Anyways,
Never heard of that one.
all right.
That's a
So
cool one.
you hear this magical flash, and you see this.
Well,
This
Oh.
being.
Look at the bottom of the arena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like everyone. Oh,
You're
God,
all okay.
Thank goodness.
They're all looking around, very confused. What's going on?
How
And another,
are
and
you
you see,
here?
and you see another flash.
Gordon?
Oh, no. Huh. Wait.
Wait, what? What?
What the?
What the?
Ravis is just shaking it. Ravis is just shaking his head.
Oh, get up! Get up!
Hey,
He grips his sword and shield, stands up on shaky legs to look at you, and he sees Cruel and Sorn, and he just gives this intake of breath, and you just see this relief flood across his face for a second. Then it turns to confusion. Ugh, what in the nine hells just happened?
You get away from my new friend! Tantamile is very mad.
Then he looks up, sees that Crimelis hasn't crashed, sees everyone else. Oh, blast it.
Elvana that looks around and says, I don't know what's happened, but I'm getting us out of here now. Then you hear a very familiar voice. How about no?
Oh, hello.
And a fireball shoots out and slams Elvana into the side of the arena.
Oof.
I am
Ravis is gripping
so
his sword
conflicted
tightly.
right now.
And Simula looks towards all of you. What? No, thank you? Come on, Faithern, that had to be catharsis by proxy. Oh, hey, Ravis. BT Dubs, I'm as you knew God.
What?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yep, what you said really got to me. So, I'm no longer a goddess. I gave it to him. She stretches her arms behind her head and sighs. It's as if I took off a pair of really heavy boots and I feel great!
So that means I can kill her now.
Hold on. Take a deep breath, Ryan.
She fireballed Elvana. I'm waiting.
Of all individuals in this multiverse, why in the nine hells did you pick him?
Well, unfortunately, because of how the rules work, I had to pick someone of relative similarity to myself. Believe me, my potential prospects were very slim, and now that I think about it, to be honest, I'm a little insulted at the implications.
Wait. You did it.
She did.
Not who I think she means.
Oh, I think exactly who you think she means. Daddy dearest.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Don't worry too much. The poor boy, he couldn't, he's still trying to come to grips with his new power. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the greatest of emotional states when, the transfer happened.
Oh, DM question. Just to be clear, it's Eimer that's the one that's the new...
Yes,
okay.
Eimer.
Yep.
Double checking, okay.
Yep.
Okay, you guys see Faye just take a few steps back, and then she just opens her mouth, and you hear, like, the most piercing shriek you've ever heard in your lives.
Ow.
Now, meanwhile, Amber takes a step closer to Simula.
Amber.
Give me one reason why I should tear you apart here and now, Simula.
She blasted Elvana in the face,
I could do the same thing.
but she did it, and that's the important part. Why did she do it?
Amber, please, let's hear her out.
I'm not the one you really need to be listening to right now. And she points towards the two throne rooms in the box up here.
I know it's coming.
Oh, no.
This is new. Wait, Aunt Jaminia... Mother?
I understand you might be a little confused about this, Hana dearest, but Rhyme asked for this after all.
Excuse me?
You asked me to deliver similar to you, but let's hold off on making a deal just yet. First, I want you all to look around. Asajez gestures at the bloodied and beaten armies, looking at each other in fear and many looking at the drow in hate. And he looks at the shattered city of he looks at the pieces of Directian, and you see a couple bits of blood drop down from Cumulus. Look at all this destruction. Isn't it wonderful? So many souls who were willing to cause so much pain and suffering at someone else's beck and call. I've gotten so many souls from this war. It's beautiful. There's no coming back from this. This world has demonstrated its inability to behave itself time and time again. It's damned itself with all its sins and will all be mine eventually. There is no escape from damnation.
You're gross, you know that?
I care about the opinions of neither the fungus between my toes nor yours.
At least I'm more annoying.
I mean,
I've met Herodias. I'm used to it.
All right, then. So, this is interesting. You seem to have tried to bring Krul, Valil, and Son to your sides. Do you really believe that's going to work?
We weren't trying. We're giving them a choice.
A choice for what? Do you think Ravis is going to let them make that choice? Do you think that choice even matters?
Excuse me? My dad was proof that you can get redemption at any time.
Please, Arkoth was given every advantage in the book, and despite all the pain and suffering he caused, he was taken to Celestia because he was selfish. He just couldn't bear the thought of seeing you die. He obviously did that for himself, and that apparently earns a free ticket to paradise. What a gross, arbitrary standard the gods have.
He did it to save me! You've never cared about anyone else in your life! Hana bites his hand.
Asmodeus is like with his hand still attached, he just lifts her up, and like Hana's just like still hanging on to his hand. He's just kind of slowly he's like very gently trying to shake her off, but he's not.
he's not doodle that Doki did once.
He's not gritting in pain. He's just trying to like get this thing off me.
Try to get the monkey off his back.
Can someone like get this off me?
Well, monkey off his
Faye
hand.
looks
yes.
up at Faye looks up at Hana. Hana, let him go. Don't do this.
Fine, he tastes nasty anyway.
Wait, wouldn't that be?
You know what you know.
Yeah, and spare me those platitudes about redemption. No one actually believes in that, least of all any of you. But so you surprise me. You prove that when pushed enough, there are some people beyond hope. After all, you wouldn't extend the hand of redemption to someone like Loth. Oh, you all just watched in Schadenfreude as she was pulled to her death despite her pleas for mercy. You certainly wouldn't extend the hand of redemption to someone like myself. Your hopes in redemption are absolutely empty.
Arkoth.
Have you even tried to repent? Is the question. Have you? Hypocrites!
Oh, is that a challenge?
Hard to believe in something you've never attempted.
Oh.
Hands in redemption are offered to people that earn them.
Oh, then prove me wrong. I'll make this interesting. If you can prove to me that redemption isn't a worthless, scum-sucking concept, I will surrender the domain of the tieflings. I will relinquish my hold over all Devilborn, and they will no longer be automatically drawn to Bator upon death. Was that a gasp I heard? I think someone's interested. The terms. Extend the hand of redemption to...
He starts looking around.
Jalum expects to look in a certain direction, and I know where he's going to point it to.
I doubt it.
Simula.
I know it.
Oh, I was thinking Rabbis.
No.
Prove to me that she can be redeemed. You win. I will relinquish the domain of tieflings. If you lose... But I do want Jaminia's soul back, but her soul is not worth that much to me. No. I want... that book the elf has. The one containing Sanctify the Wicked. I want her to surrender that book to me and to swear that she will never knowingly or unknowingly cast or teach others how to cast Sanctify the Wicked.
He gently floats off. He gently floats off the stage and goes to the center.
Oi!
Do we have a deal?
You're asking me to risk condemning Hana to you forever.
Why are you so afraid to agree to my proposal? Could it be that you don't want to admit I'm right? Putting your fingers in your ears and going la 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 and refusing to face the truth?
We'll never say that a lie is the truth.
Faye pulls out the grimoire and looks at it, and then she looks up at Hana.
Yeah, Jaminia is even is looking between all of you. Everyone, he's literally laying the tiefling's salvation on the line. This could be our only chance to save them, and we may never get this opportunity ever again.
I know. I just need time to think.
He's not going to give us time to think if I'm guessing correctly. Limited time offer, right, Asmodeus?
I can give you a little bit of time to think, but not often because I cannot stay away from Bator for too long. People get thievery when I'm not there.
Faye looks towards Hana, who's now on the ground, and she just kind of holds her hand out to her. And her hand is very visibly shaking.
She scampers, trying to stay as far away from Asmodeus as possible.
Faye pulls Hana into a hug immediately.
Hello again. Auden's gonna wonder where I am.
Jaminia moves over to Amber. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Amber's crying because she's really swallowing her pride when she says this. I said this to Cruel. I've said it to Sorn. Miss Tamara is my witness. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Jaminia moves over to Amber and just like gently pets her snout. We don't have to forgive her. I won't ask you to forgive her. I know how much she's hurt you. She's hurt me too. Heck, I don't think you won't even have to talk to. And she looks towards Rhyme. This goes for you too. We won't have to talk to her after all of this. We won't have to see her ever again. But I really do think that we should give her a chance to save her and save all of us.
Yeah.
Owen, Owen, you've been really silent.
I don't think that any amount of convincing from us will make a difference unless it is the life that Simula wants to live. We can lay out the path. We can encourage and inspire, uplift in every way we can think of. But it must be what Simula wants, not what we want, that will make the difference here. Likewise, I don't want us to be making a decision that will doom Hana without Hana making a choice too.
I think we shouldn't see these people as bargaining chips in a deal. We should see them as individuals that deserve their own say in this manner. I think we should ask them what they think too.
Faye takes a deep breath and she looks at Hana. You know how much I love you. I know this is going to be stupid to say, but in a lot of ways it almost feels like you're my daughter. But are you willing to take this risk to save your mother?
You know me. I offered to stay down there. Offered it twice. She looks over at Amber.
Twice?
Amber closed her eyes and kind of just... I wasn't ready to let her go. I wasn't ready to let anyone go.
But my nan gave up a lot for that spell. But if we succeed, then we won't need it anymore. But I don't know if my mum would ever want that. Because yeah, everyone deserves a second chance, but like,
yeah,
she may not want one.
Well, that's something we have to ask her then.
Asmodeus turns like, no cheating. You have to accept the deal first before you can ask her.
We want everyone's feedback on this. Simula's not a bargaining chip. She's a person with thoughts and emotions, and I want to hear her side before we make this deal.
Very well.
Simula, listen. With almost nothing to lose in this case, I want you to tell us, is this something you would want to do?
Is what something I would want to do?
Would you be willing to hear our side and listen to what we have to say?
I'm willing to give you a shot. It'll be entertaining at the very least.
Well, you guys heard it.
And Asmodeus smiles. So is that a yes?
And Phaethorn's hands shake as she still is holding Hana close. And then she just gives her a hug and she steps over to Asmodeus with the Grimoire of Virtue in hand. It's a yes.
Yeah, Jaminia moves over to Phaethorn and puts her hand on her shoulder. She gives a very weak smile and says, "Thank you."
You're not the only tiefling who deserves a chance to escape that place. And neither is Hana.
Okay.
You weren't around when we were traveling down through there, but I told Amber once. I do want to save Simula. And like you said, this could be our only chance to.
It's what Dad would want.
Very well.
He shoots out his hands. The grimoire flies into one of them, and energy leaves from Asmodeus, coalescing into a small sphere in the other hand. Then they both slowly levitate above the arena.
Winner take all, then.
He floats back up to the throne. By the way, I may have promised Simula that if she killed you, I'd grant her safe passage into the abyss.
Figures.
Is there any such thing? Is there any such thing as safe passage into there?
He wants to win. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, but that's not even physically possible!
Lolth
Safe
got
is
out of there.
safe is
got
relative.
out of there. Lolth got out of there. There must be a way back in.
Well, yeah,
And
sure.
either way, Hana, right now, it doesn't matter.
So, Jaminia takes a deep breath, and then she moves to Phaethurin. Do you have it? Do you have any diamonds?
I have one, but I don't want to rely on just that. We cast the spell on Simula before. She came out the same because she wasn't willing, like you were.
She came out because the diamond was smashed, remember? Because I was too weak. I think, but remember, she let us cast it on her the first time. That proves that that proves that there's something buried far deep down there that wants something better. She holds her hand out.
Phaethorn looks at Jaminia for a second, and there's just tears streaming down her face. And then she grips Jaminia's hand. All right.
Come with me. They both move.
She follows Jaminia.
They move towards Simula. Jaminia steps in front of Simula and holding the diamond. With a small tremble to her gait, she takes tiny, deliberate steps towards her and presents the diamond to her as if it were a baby robin. Please. You see the corners of Simula's mouth turn up. She raises her arm and her hands begin to glow. Arcana check.
Mm-hmm. Let me get there.
All right. You realize that she is going to cast Stone Shape.
What?
Pull back, pull back.
Can Faye grab Gem and pull her back?
Yes.
Okay,
Pulling her back, and the
Does he
ground
reflex
underneath
that?
Amber begins to rumble a little bit. Yeah, Amber, you move away, and all of a sudden, the dirt beneath the soil and rubble from the arena rises and solidifies into the shape of a giant sculpture of a butt pointed at Asmodeus.
That was pretty
Faye
good.
Faye looks up at that and then just looks at her. Mature.
It's like he's looking in a mirror.
Well, I would have hawked a loogie at him like everyone else, but one more of those and he'd qualify as a spit bucket.
I knew I got it
The
from somewhere.
The difference between then and now being?
Simula raises her finger and then just lowers it.
It's like he's looking in a mirror, am I right?
Jamina's face has just lit up, like tears of happiness streaming down her face. In stark contrast to Asmodeus, who seems as if eyes have caught fire.
Oh, so that's where I get it from. I did get it from my mother.
I offered you everything you could have possibly wanted, and you chose something that you gave no indication that you have ever wanted!
Jaminia laughs. Well, you should have been an actual grandfather and spent more time with your family. Then you would know why she did what she did. Simula steps forward and gives a very mocking bow. You would know that I'm Simula. I never like to do what's expected of me. Jaminia kind of gives a cough. Well, this expected you to be unexpected and generally be a forking bench. Simula turns around and just like kind of gives a very childish stomp on the ground. Jam, you're ruining my moment!
Let her have it, Aunt Jem.
And then Jimmy and I just stare at each other, and then they just begin laughing. A surprising, just honest mirth coming from both of them. But then you suddenly feel the heat coming from the stands. And with an explosion of flame, Asmodeus screams in unholy anger.
That's not good.
All of you are failures! You were supposed to love chaos! Your desires were meant to be played against each other! You were all supposed to fall into despair! All of you have failed to act the way you were supposed to act! Especially you, Rabis. I gave you every advantage possible, and you still lost! I stoked everyone's fear and xenophobia. I found you bloody hot. I told you where the fire of queen was. I practically gift wrapped the Tarask for you, but no!
So Ravis is just sitting down now, and he's like calmly inspecting his nails with the expression of utter boredom on his face. What are you talking about, Asmodeus? You explicitly told me not to go to the island.
You an imbecile? You know full well you could have sent more than just 5 of your people to get the Tarask. But no, you wasted time with those idiots. And now Islestrom's Drow have their hands on the Tarask corpse. Got to figure out what they plan to do with that later. And it's going to take me centuries to salvage this. I cannot save the multiverse if everyone keeps acting like utter morons. How could you insist on doing the stupidest possible things that you could ever do?
Ravis just rolls his eyes. Well, that sounds like a you problem.
You dare act flippant with me, boy. You think I was paying very close attention to everything that was going on? You think those ungrateful children up in their ivory towers weren't listening? We all know about what you're about, Ravis. You literally told the universe you wanted to enslave the gods. Reality to Ravis, get in line.
For you to sabotage it.
What?
Do you really think I hadn't noticed every little convenient thing you've laid in front of my path? You think I wouldn't just be the slightest bit suspicious when I just happened to find a ritual to replace a god lying in my room after my first trip to hell? I'm insulted. And of course, on my second visit to your own plane, I learned that you also just happen to have your own copy. But you couldn't cast it without breaking the pact. So let me guess, you planned to wait until I started the ritual, then swoop in and steal the power boost for yourself. Am I right?
Asmodeus just blinks.
So what if it was? Are you really going to throw away your one chance to achieve your dream just to spite me? You're many things, Ravis. Crazy among them. But I never thought you were petty.
You do realize you're speaking with Ravis Arcanan, who always has a backup plan for everything.
She's quite right. It wasn't pettiness at all. I found a substitute.
What?
Elvana, I believe you can explain the technicalities.
Indeed.
There we
I've
go.
done a lot of experimentation these past few years. As it turns out, there's a scientific reason that sacrifices and offerings cause extreme magical effects. Depending on the level of the spell, you can use the essences of living things as substitutes, not only for components, but even for spell casting ability. With the right sacrifice, a first-year mage could cast an archmage-level spell such as Time Stop. Though not all living things are created equal, obviously. It would take hundreds of humans to equal the essence of an angel. Trust me.
She looks over to Ziadril.
I measured.
Fortunately, my allies have spent the last 12 years gathering all the substitutes we need.
Have you been able to find any survivors?
That's why I'm here.
In fact, the Drow would be even more than willing to house refugees.
Now, I would appreciate it if we could get to more pertinent affairs, such as the growing amount of missing people's cases.
Yes, the Drow can confirm. My agents have also reported many people disappearing.
You see a large collection of several races, almost looking like walking skeletons. There are hundreds here, possibly thousands.
No.
Kylam!
No.
Yeah,
No.
You hear, Rhyme, you hear a voice in your head, and it's Kylam. Rhyme! Everyone in Lathnalore is gone! It's completely empty!
Kylam, get out of there!
So if you are waiting for us to gather the pieces and begin the ritual, then I'm sorry to inform you, Asmodeus. We began it the moment the surface army landed on the city. Joel, if you wouldn't mind.
Joel, no!
She lifts her arm. Power. It's a power word kill.
On who?
On the
Ravis.
on Ravis.
You see Ravis
Joel!
disintegrate. And then she falls to her knees and she just starts laughing maniacally. I'm a good drow. I'm a good drow.
Joel, no. Joel, stay with me.
I did. Why? I did.
Joel. Okay. It's okay. Rhyme starts whispering the song lyrics to her in Undercommon and saying he can't hurt her anymore.
Alright. Jalrum quick runs over to Sorn. Okay, I know I just said we can use the diamond to bring back your mother. But this is more than that. Can you convince Zalen to cast True Resurrection on Ravis?
He steps back. No. This is what we've been planning. Once he gains this power, he can bring her back. He begins to smile. We'll be able to see her again. See her again.
Gods can't do that, you silly! Otherwise they'd be bringing people back willy-nilly!
Okay, Jalum speaks. Okay, but as you remember her, or how Ravis wants her?
At this moment, Asmodeus you see his jaw hanging open a little bit.
Don't mind me, he's actually doing it.
The ground begins to rumble. Cracks begin to form in the stands, and the wind begins to pick up, and storm clouds gather overhead. But most chilling of all, a sound you never thought you'd hear permeates the air around you. It is the sound of Ravis screaming.
I'm so glad you recorded that because, dear God, Shay's vocal cords are insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Ravis is casting Koss's avatar. He leans back in his chair in a very... He's not leaning very confidently. He's just thinking very pensively.
I wonder who he picked.
You! Hana looking at Cruel. What just happened? Explain to me in like 5 words.
Ravis is usurping a god.
Eotherin, you drop to the ground, suddenly feeling very weak. Your eyes widen in horror as you feel a gaping void in your chest.
Faye?
Faye!
I'm going to get.
You realize.
I'm going to guess that her magic is gone.
So yes, you quickly put 2 and 2 together. That he picked Corella.
Lady Alistrae, I'm sorry.
As the sounds of ultimate suffering permeate the very fabric of reality, you also cannot shake the feeling that something has gone very, very wrong. And that's the end of the chapter.
Why?
Because I'm the dungeon master. That's what I do.
And next session, we promise the actual series finale.
If everybody could stay around for a while.
Yeah.
Yes. Holy hell.
I am literally shaking right now.
Good.
That was the idea. So, Shay, you said that you wanted to be reminded of something for post-session.
Okay. So about that speech you gave to Cruel Bliss.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and Josh can vouch for this. One of my most annoying habits I have is my seeming ability, apparently, to have an answer to everything. No matter what argument someone makes, no matter what point they make, I always have a response. Isn't that right, Josh?
This is very true!
Okay.
Well, I couldn't think of a response to what Amber was saying. Even I was like, I don't have an answer to that.
Huh.
But
wow, I am legitimately impressed.
Yeah.
Do you know what it takes to shut this man up? I know, because I haven't done it yet.
But yes, that was Elvana's notebook.
I'm so mad I couldn't decipher it.
You've pretty much deciphered, as I said, just it was chicken scratch, but now it has a lot more context, doesn't it?
Yeah. On the bright side, though, I have every Saturday this month free, so we can finish this as soon as possible.
Oh yes.
Define soon.
Next week.
What's the 10th?
We'll talk about it after the call.
Okay.
But yes, it sounds like everyone had really great moments in this.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of useless.
Well, I know. Hell,
What are you talking about?
You song of freedom to Amber so she could yoink Cruel.
Okay, yeah, so I want to say something about that. Finn, I was this close to complaining to Josh because I was waiting well over an hour just to have a turn. Because people, I mean, no offense, I know we like to RP in a lot, but it kept dragging to the point, like, we're going to run out of time, and I'm going to be petrified this entire fight and remain useless. I felt horrible. And then you, my saving grace, Ivan, came and unpetrified me. Thank you! And if it weren't for you, I would have had my moments. So thank you! You were amazing! Thank you!
To be fair, I've kind of been looking at not every individual session, but the entire fight as a whole.
Yeah, and you also did a lot of work on Valil.
Yeah, I actually wanted to talk to him in person at some point before the round ended, but I didn't want to ruin anybody's moments.
Aw.
Because
now
that I heard his
trust me,
last
you'll get your chance.
Yeah, because
I
now
feel
that I heard
like
the
all
last
Faye did was get.
before the fight ended, I actually know exactly what I want to say to him now.
I feel like all Faye did was get turned into coleslaw.
Well, I think you were one of the biggest emotional cores of this episode. Like, the way you reacted to everything, and especially at the very end, everything just kind of falling out of you, and the way... I think you were very emotional this episode. You had good moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also Simula.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Gave up the god power as well as,
Gave it to Eimer. I really, really didn't expect that.
Well, here's the thing.
Simula, does she ever do anything that you expect?
Well,
no.
I didn't have that.
Questions.
Well, I didn't have that theory, but when I think when when I was having that conversation with Aravind, like he had a plan for Eimer. I'll admit that didn't really cross my mind. It's like, oh, she's inserting him into the Drow god role.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I know the answer is probably no, but does that technically make Faye an Azamar?
No, because Azamar is descended from an angel,
it's a
not
joke.
a god.
Yeah.
No, it's a joke, dude. I knew the answer was no, for real. But it's like, she's the daughter of a god now, so she's like, yeah. That would be funny if the answer was yes, though.
So yeah, a lot of developments happened.
Oh boy.
So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so also Gardrim and Owen. I've been holding on to that for a while.
That was so sweet.
Yeah.
Just things that turn out that we think are our biggest curses and things and events in our past that we think will haunt us can still be used for good, for a reason.
So, I do want to say to Doc, and I believe I'm speaking for Josh and myself here, we appreciate your willingness to be cooperative, but at the same time, we're not writing a novel here. The point of this is that the characters have agency.
Yeah.
Which basically translates to they like it when you play off book.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a choose your own adventure book. You gotta make choices. Makes things more interesting.
Well, I also want to see how the story plays out. Oftentimes that supersedes my ideas of, oh, I bet you I could stop this by doing this.
True, but at the same time, Josh is a Boros, I'm a Demir. We're good at improvising. We can adjust our plans on the fly. We've done it several times.
Yeah, I did not expect you guys. I did not expect Amber to grab both Cruel and Sorn. It's just like, okay. I guess we're doing this now.
Exactly.
Okay, you want the best example of adjusting plans on the fly? The labyrinth.
Yeah.
Oh, fudge, yeah.
Or what's his face? The dead guy that I stabbed to death.
Oh, Levistus.
That one.
Yeah.
That
Suvial.
yeah, Saint Suvial. Oh gosh, so much.
And both turned to having significant waves in the story. So yeah,
Both times
like
I killed Jewel.
The funny
So
thing.
I think what Doc is trying to say is that he could mess with it, but he really doesn't want to because he's just like, I just want to see where this goes. He thinks the railroad is comfy. Am I correct? Am I correct, Doc?
I don't think the railroad is always comfy.
But this one is.
But I do notice that you guys plan these things for months, and while I can think of story beats maybe 2 or 3 ahead, you're thinking about 12 to 15 ahead. So me derailing the plot because I have a great idea about what I want to do in the moment might work well for the next 2 or 3 points. But I also remember exactly how upset I made Shay, even if it was very, very temporary, how upset I made Shay because I wanted to put Ravis into a deep sleep.
I need to clarify that. I wasn't actually upset with that action. What I was upset with was, from the looks of the rules as written, it looked like Owen wouldn't have that ability. So what I was more upset with was it felt at the time like Josh was basically making up rules so that it could happen. But once it was clarified to me, actually, no, all we're doing is just adjusting a pre-existing spell, then I was like, oh, with that out the way, I actually like the idea. And I did like the idea.
Yeah.
So you taking the initiative there was never my problem.
Well, and it's not like Josh or Shay predicted that I was gonna pull that speech out and hit Cruel with it. And actually, I've been planning to say something to Cruel like that for a while, just brainstorming. Ever since that first attempt of trying to be diplomatic to him, but that's when I became.
When you called him a whatever?
Yeah, I did a boo-boo, okay? And I admit I messed up. Granted, I was tired and I didn't think it through. But then I'm like, that speech was terrible. You did try, but granted, you were tired and he was angry and everybody was hurting. So, yeah, you messed up. Let's try again next time. Okay, how are we going to do it this time? Okay.
To be fair, the mess up was very much an Amber's character.
It was.
Yeah, but I didn't want to mess up this time. I wanted to reach. I wanted to help and make him realize that, hey, Ravis is not a bad guy. In fact, he was good to me. So much so that I made him one of my horde. And you know what? He agreed and still didn't reject it. And he did the same thing with you. How is this a bad thing?
Yeah.
So,
it's,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's really great, and I'm betting that Ari knows exactly how you feel because she's been planning that disguise drop for a while, and to have it not work at first was a little devastating.
I was crying, and I had to mute myself, and I went into Josh and got a hug, and it was.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ari.
Well, it was an awesome idea, regardless. I'm glad you. I'm glad
and it worked. It worked the second time.
Yeah.
It worked. And we still got. We still got some great development out of it, especially at the end. It's just okay. This is weird. I was actually crying real tears when I was acting as Jewel. I don't. It's like I was really just trying to get into character, and all of a sudden I just started sobbing. I'm like, what the heck?
I think Katie can walk you through that.
It's just like, wait a minute. It's like, did I learn how to cry while acting?
I just realized that an amazing irony. Forgive me for changing the topic again. Amber is the one trying to be merciful to her enemy. Faye just wants to kill the crap out of Elvana.
Yeah, like I said, one thing that made Amber's moment so great for me is it felt like a culmination of the last 4 seasons of character development. It really felt like a look how far she's come. And by the way, on that topic, that's also why I really liked Owen's moment of it needs to be their choice. You know, going from the character who in the last 3 seasons was all about, oh yeah, I'm just going to make these choices for you, get on my level, boys, to they need to make it for themselves. Like, I really liked that.
It's like, it's almost like these characters developed.
Yes. And I think one of my favorite
I love D&D so much.
Great signs of character development.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
because
just
I hate the Aesop and Ninja trope so much.
yeah, it's like an earlier Amber probably would not have been as forgiving. An earlier Owen would not have been as
open to that idea.
Yeah.
I love this game.
I do too. That's why I'm so infuriated that it's over right now.
Hey, one more week until series finale, and then in a few more months.
This was supposed to be the finale.
This is the
No,
this is
it
the
wasn't.
penultimate. This is penultimate, not finale.
Okay, we're giving it new titles now. Okay.
There's a okay.
Penultimate
no,
means the one before the finale.
I am a grubble blissy. I'll be in the corner.
I ain't touching that.
All right.
I-
Yeah, Shay, you were saying?
Yeah, a joke I PM'd to Josh during the fight, because I didn't want to send you for spoilers, was... So if Jalaram and Owen had still been affected with the deafness, and now, here is my deal for you all. What?
What?
All right, so...
I think I think we've been gapping on it now.
Oh, by the way, do we level up after this?
Yes!
Oh!
Woo! You
I
will
was gonna
be
say-
level 20 after this.
If you said no to that, Josh, I would smack you, beat you into unconsciousness, and steal the game away from you. I swear to Saren Ray.
Yes, I was very tempted. I was very tempted to, just tease you a little bit, but like, no, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that mean. It's like I'm already giving them the mother of all cliffhangers. I'm not gonna twist the knife.
Think you free to
Thank
shut
you.
up? Question, Josh?
Thank you.
After this, I think I'm gonna need a little bit of decompression time because I think it's like even though it was acting, it was just like, okay, this is weird new territory. I need to analyze it because I'll be honest, I'm a little shook that I was able to do that.
Understood. Like I said, you might want to speak to Katie about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we can wind down now.
Yep. I think it's just about time to close
recording.
things out.
Any final words?
No, I just think Doc needs to do the closeout.
Alrighty. Until next time, the true finale.